Hey YouTube. Okay, so I am back to kind of show you my starter locks, aka my two-strand twist that I'm gonna let lock. I kind of wanted to give you an idea of what length I was working with now, since I never did like a 3.5 or 3 year natural hair anniversary. Couldn't get my thoughts straight. I live next to a high school and the band's practicing, so all I hear is drums in my head. But so I've started doing two strand twists. I've been careful to make really kind of clean parts and also about the sizing of the parts because from the research I've done, the size of your parts is going to determine the size of your locks, not necessarily the size of the twist. Which I mean, my hair has different textures all over. Some plump up a lot, and some end up kind of long and skinny like these. So I don't know exactly what my locks will end up being like, but I wanted to show you. Um, you know, they are relatively long and different lengths, not due to any cutting, but that's just the way they've grown. Like for example, this I don't. It's always been like a really sensitive part. I don't really know what I just I just am patient with that one. But otherwise, I mean, you have the ones that are like this long. That's about the shortest, other than this. That's the shortest piece of hair. And then in the back, it's twisted now, but the longest parts go about right there. So that's where they're in the twisted form. But when I straighten my hair, I'm somewhere between broad strap and mid back length. So just want to show you what I was working with. Yeah, I mean, I can go and show you a twist now, but I was going to come back once I'm closer to the front and show you what I'm doing with my part and everything. But thus far, all I've done, I washed, I mean, scrubbed my hair. Because from what I can tell from the research, that the cleaner your hair is, the faster it will lock, which is kind of contrary to the whole perception that hair has to be dirty to lock. I'm not really sure, but so I washed it really well. Also, buildup is a problem with locks. If you build up, that deters your locking process and your growth. So all I did was spray a little bit of this on my hair. It's a mix of water and aloe vera juice. Aloe vera juice. I took a little bit of jojoba oil and kind of spread it throughout each section, just a little bit. I didn't want to weigh down my hair too much, and that's one of the really light oils that's nice to use to retain a little moisture. And then so that's kind of my leave-in, if you will. And I've been using this gel. It's the clean gel from the Studio line of L'Oreal Paris. This is not what I'm going to be using when it comes to maintaining my locks, but the products that I've ordered are not on the way. It's supposed to be one that doesn't have a heavy feel or lead to a lot of buildup or anything like that. And thus far, because I did the back half last night, so I woke up this morning, the hair feels great. There's no buildup, no flaking. It's a really lightweight gel. So even though it's not what I plan to use, I don't think there'll be any harm in starting my twist with it. Especially considering all I used was aloe vera juice and water and oil. I think this should be okay. My hair is still really soft, not crunchy, and so pretty much I apply this to each section and just twist it. I already went through and detangled when I applied my leave-in, so let me show you what I do. I just take a little bit, like that much, run it through my hair, start on the ends, and then go up to the root. All right, and I'll lean in so you can see. You split the hair in half, just like this. And this process really is good if you're just wanting a two-strand twist anyway. Split it in half. Try to make this sections relatively even, especially in length, because, well, I guess it won't really matter for me because I'm locking my hair, but if you're just two-strand twisting and you make them different lengths, you might have to borrow hair at the end, and that's just going to make it a nightmare when it's time to detangle. So just take it and wrap it around each other. And I kind of, when I'm up near the root, just push up like that just a couple of times, and then I twist my hair. Every now and then just run your fingers through to keep it from getting tangled at the bottom. Just a slow motion shot, what I'm doing is I kind of spin my hand and then wrap it around. And then spin it and wrap it around. And that's what's helping it get really tight. And you really have to let your hand kind of naturally move down the twist, just like that, so that the twist is tight. See how it's curling around each other? The big thing with these locks is getting my twist to last. I've watched a lot of videos where people talk about unraveling, but I've worn these twists before, even when I wasn't trying to lock, and I usually have no problem with unraveling. Not until I get to about like even around 4 or 5 weeks, because I've left these in that long, which is terrible, I know. But the only ones that are remotely a problem would be these long, like wavy strands. This part up here is all kinky, so I usually don't have any issues. But this right here, and like the ones right here, generally aren't quite as tight. The hair is more wavy, so but it is at the same time pretty coarse, if that makes sense. It's like a different grade, but like that's the only one that I think that might remotely be an issue when it comes to locking. So that's pretty much all there is to it. I'm gonna go ahead and do a few more, or a lot more, and get to the front, and I may come back and show you how I do with my parting. If not, either way, I will come back once they're completely done to show you what it looks like and talk about how I plan on maintaining the twist. I made a video about maintaining twists and braids already, but I'm gonna do this one, continue on with this just a little bit as far as because I'm planning to lock. So until then, okay? Okay, so I'm back. I did finally finish my twist. I haven't been working this entire time. As you can see, it's like there's no natural light. It's nighttime. I had to go to class, so I took a break, ate shenanigans, and then finished. So I'm gonna give you a look at what they look like. And first of all, explain this. I was debating on what to do as far as a part, and I was like, oh yeah, straight natural part. And then I was like, I don't want it to be some like ridiculously conspicuous part that I can't cover up. See how I can do this one like this? A completely straight part would have just made it difficult to cover up, and I don't mind it. I mean, once the locks come in, it won't be too much of an issue, and I can kind of like either pin curl these shorter parts and make them like do that or whatever. Anyway, so and I also at the front, I think I left this part here. So if I really want to, I can style it to where the hair will fall this way, so I can also do it like that. I'll just have to wrap it that way at night or whatever. But overall, I really, really like them. The size is great. And let me just stop talking and show you these first. Okay. All right. So here is the front. Right here. You can kind of see what it looks like when I pull it up. Let's see. All right, that's the front. This is the side. As you can see right there, and I'll kind of just go show you that. All right, I'll show you the back. That's the back. Hopefully you can kind of see that and see how I did. And then the other side. See, so that's pretty much it. It took quite a while, mostly because I was really trying to make sure that I parted relatively even for the rows, but that the actual twist, there was just no straight hairs connected in between. But they, overall, pretty much every part between twist is clean, even if it's not straight. I wasn't worried about making them too straight just because I didn't really want that like whole, not scalpy, but that completely box look. I mean, I tried to use the brick layer method, but to be quite honest, I have so much hair that I don't even know if it would have really mattered. But I'm glad I did it because this is something that I plan on having for a very long time, and I didn't want to half do it, especially with me doing it myself. and I really tried to pay close attention to the size. Like for example, the size of this twist right here. Um, what I learned from my research was that the size of the lock is not based on the size of this. It's based on the size of the part, if that makes sense. So while I didn't want something tiny like sister locks, I also didn't want any ginormous locks either. So hopefully these will actually come out kind of the size I'm looking for. I have like a range. Locks this size to maybe like a half an inch bigger is what I'm hoping to get. But honestly, as long as it covers my hair and I keep a lot of the thickness and the fullness, I really don't have a problem. So yeah, I will be tracking this lock journey and keep you all posted. I will probably come show you my hair after the first wash, which I'm probably gonna try to do 2 weeks. I really scrubbed my hair before I put these in, so I shouldn't need a wash at all until about 2 weeks. Yeah, and I don't plan on retwisting then because it'll be my first time retwisting. I'll probably wait until about a month and then come back at a month and give you an update on the locks then and show you how I retwist, or I'm going to try to retwist. I will be back before then though, because I want to show you some styles that I'm going to rock on my 2-strand starter locks. That's what I'm going to call them. Because I mean, they're not just regular 2-strand twists. They are right now, but I have plans for them and they shall be amazing. They shall. We're speaking it. So hopefully you can follow this journey with me. If you have any questions, if you want to see me do any requests, as far as styles on this hair while I've got it, because hopefully soon it'll be locks. Hey. Yeah, that's it. So everybody be blessed and see you soon. Bye.